Today, I'm going to be telling you guys about some coins that I don't want you to buy. I'm not a financial advisor. I thought about something this week as I was going through my refrigerator. I need to make sure that I'm in the best shape I can be. And because of this, I went and bought a bunch of new stuff for the refrigerator. Now, I'm going through the refrigerator just like kind of like you would clean out a portfolio, right? Like I'm looking for stuff that don't need that. Let's go and get rid of that. Looking for some stuff, oh, that's old. We need to get rid of that. Some stuff is okay, we'll leave it here, but maybe we won't need it, we'll see. But let's make room for the new stuff, the good stuff. That's how the crypto market works, right? Clearing out some stuff, making way for some new stuff. You've got some good first generation coins out there. First real true bull run for a lot of projects like Sui and Aptos and WIF, many of these other coins. But the thing is that it certainly is going to be an exciting time when these things start to rip. But the older coins, the second generation, the third generation, the fourth generation coins, the ones, like Litecoin on its fourth bull run here. I don't know. Maybe that thing's already juiced up. I don't know if it's going to hit a new all-time high. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But there's a lot of coins. I think Litecoin's kind of the Mendoza line. Anything worse than Litecoin, probably not going to hit new all-time highs. Anything better than Litecoin, decent chance that it might. But here's the problem. A lot of people are trapped in some of these older coins that they've been in for quite a while. And so what I really want to talk about today is, we'll get to our sermon here, but the thing that I want to say here now is that as I'm going through the refrigerator, I'm looking for things that are old. And what do I judge that by? How it looks, right? Some things. But I'm looking for that date. I'm looking for what? Looking for the expiration date. Some of you guys got to look at your coins and you got to say, is my coin past the expiration date? Is it a dead project? Is it going to go anywhere? Something like Cardano would not be on this list, right? I'm talking about absolutely dead, not going to go anywhere. Ethereum Classic is a meme coin kind of now, so I don't even know if that fits in. But you go down to the 3, 4, 5, 600s, and you'll start seeing tons of coins that had a lot of hype, a lot of promise that are just basically completely dead. They're expired. You may have a bunch into some of these coins that are expired. You got to get rid of those. You got to move that. It's going to be, how much worse is it going to be when people start realizing those prices aren't going to going up? They're not going to be going up, and people are going to come in and crush those. But there's another thing. It's not just the expiration date you're looking for on some things, right? Maybe in the refrigerator, but you start cleaning out the cabinets, and what do you find? There's another date. Some things they're not perishable, they don't expire, but they've got another date. It's called the best buy date. And you got to look at your portfolio and you got to ask yourself the question, is my coin past its best buy date? Was ADA best by April 2021? Maybe that was the best buy date. Maybe. I think Cardano, similar to Litecoin, is kind of probably what I would say is the Mendoza line in this category. And it's all going to depend on, is it going to hit a new all-time high? And right now, guys, I feel like it could, but it's questionable. Same with Litecoin. So this is obviously a higher level of coin, okay, a higher level of project. But at the same time, you're still looking to see, are the best gains over with this project? Have they already came for this project? And now I should be looking for something else. Because really analyzing your bags and figuring out what is past the best buy date is one of the number one things, or it is probably the number one thing that can separate people that really, really win in this market from people that lose, knowing when to let go. Sometimes that is really, really important, and it can be really, really hard to do. But of course, then you have other stuff that's just good, that stays fresh, right? Some projects, they stay fresh, but their expiration date or best buy date, maybe it's down the road. But let me tell you how, in my opinion, you should be looking at and judging this. You should be looking across your portfolio and ask yourself this question. Will this coin definitely reach an all-time high under normal market conditions, right? You look around these projects. Yeah, Ethereum, it should. I mean, it's not that far away from 4,000 or 4,400, whatever it was, okay? But there are some coins that you look at, and you can look at those charts, and you can see how they had a huge run up in 2017, and then the next market, they didn't meet new all-time highs again. We're not talking about XRP, because XRP had different reasons for that. SEC lawsuit, we're leaving them out of this, okay? But the point is that coins like Dash, okay? Dash was a top 5 coin at one point in 2017. Projects like NEM, or XEM is the ticker, another one that was big in 2017, massive all-time high, didn't even come close to it, okay? Bitcoin Cash, I think it's better than some of the other ones on this list, but Bitcoin Cash itself also is going to have a hard time ever meeting a new all-time high. And if at that all-time high, if those people would have moved out of those coins and they would have moved into different coins, then their portfolios would probably be better off for it, because these all-time high numbers are so unbelievably large that it's going to take a miracle for some of them to hit that, and there's not that much interest in some of these new projects. You really need to be looking for projects that have their brightest days ahead of them, is what I'm saying. If you look back, you look at the Dash chart, you look at the NEM chart, you look at the Bitcoin Cash chart, and you can see that these are very, very, very far away from all-time highs. Their best buy date has passed. ADA, you got to be asking yourself the question, is the best buy date passed? And then you got to step back a little bit further than this even, and you start to realize, that's one thing that makes people, I think, different than a lot of other, organisms in this world, I guess you could say, is that, like everybody else, we have a date of creation where we were created, correct? We have a day we were created and the day we were born, and we have, a life that we live, but we also have an expiration date. Our expiration date, nobody knows what it is, really, for each one of us, when our time here in these bodies on Earth will expire. And the interesting thing is, what makes us different is we don't have a best buy date. As people, we're able to always learn and grow. Even on your deathbed, people can make big kind of, not only as it changes to their life, but have big epiphanies and big regrets and realize that, man, I wish I could have done it a little bit differently. People can have breakthroughs even on their deathbed. Think about that, okay? It's people, we're always learning, we're always growing, or we always at least have the option to. Some people don't do it. Some people are content where they're at. But you just have to remember that we all have an expiration date. We all have a day at which we're going to, pass away from this earth. And then one day, there will even be a day where there's nobody on the earth that remembers you. That there's nobody on the earth that would walk by your gravestone and recognize the name. Just think about that. And you start realizing how big time really is and how little our time here is. And I just want to tell you guys to just think about, when you see a tombstone, they all have a few things in common. And one of the things they have, almost every tombstone has, is it's got the birth date, it's got the expiration date, but what's in the middle there? It's got that dash. There's a dash in the middle, and that's where you're at. That represents now. What are you doing right now to learn, grow, and change, and make yourself better? Because if you're struggling financially and you can't make it in crypto right now, or you haven't been able to, then you got to learn and grow to be a person responsible enough to be able to make the decisions to get the money. If you're a person that thinks you already know crypto well and you're set up for this bull run, you think you're going to make a lot of money, well, let me make one thing very clear. You need to be prepared on how to handle that money and do the right things with it, and not just absolutely go control and go buy everything and lose all your money. Because I can tell you from experience, that's not a good thing you want to do. And the other thing I would say is, definitely make sure that you are putting the right people in your life. You want to keep the bad people away. You want to have good people in. And the thing is the very, very best people and the very, very worst people, they look the same. Why? Because the very, very worst person realizes what you think about the very, very best person, or the way that someone who's very good should act. And so they're going to do that. They're going to act that exact way around you, and it's really hard. And I just would say, if you're a person that wants to learn something, or wants something given to you, or wants to know things, like just kind of ask or pray or do whatever you need to do to get wisdom, to find wisdom, to just ask God, the universe, maybe God, the universe, however you want to look at it, to show you who the bad people in your life are. Because that dash you have in between those two dates, it's not very long. And don't waste your time with bad people. That's all I got. Be blessed. Bye, boy out.